Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, we just witnessed history here. Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney. I think the scores were like 115, 110, 114, 110, and then 112, 112, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And Jay, Devin Haney got rocked in the very first round. I thought he started to take over the fight after that, but then got dropped again in the seventh and got dropped multiple times after that. Devin Haney, I thought he got dropped, Jay. Honestly, I thought he got dropped several times in round 7 and got lucky that those weren't called knockdowns simply because he was holding. Jay, Jay, I said this in the past and we got criticized about Devin Haney. I said that I like what Bill Haney was doing. I like how he was keeping his son's name relevant. But I also can see what it is that they're doing. And a lot of what they're doing in regards to Devin Haney is some matchmaking, right? Jay, what do I always say? I've said this multiple times on this channel. Fighters are not as good as their best performance, but they're not as bad as their worst. And for whatever reason, after he beat Regis Prograis, everybody started talking about Devin Haney almost like he was similar to like Terrence Crawford. Bud is that dude. Bud is that dude. In terms of talent in the ring, Bud is that dude. Devin is not. He never was. And we saw that. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, but there are holes in his game. And when you think about what he said, Jay, and I told you this I told you he's probably, we're going to see some things in this fight where he gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I still thought that he would win. You know what I mean? And that's what we saw. It happened in the first round. I said, oh, okay, it's happening in the first round. And now, okay, Devin's going to take over. But then he got hurt again, and he got hurt again, and he got hurt again. Jay, he called Ryan Garcia a C-class fighter. He just lost to a C-class fighter that only has one punch and who was drinking all camp long, who was up all during the time when he was in New York partying, and he came in the ring and whooped your ass. Whooped your ass. Had your whole right side swollen. Had you leaking. Your oil light was on. From the one trick that he had. So this goes to the Devin Haney fans, because I know there are going to be people that are going to be in the comment section. I thought Devin was going to win this fight. But I know you guys remember me saying on multiple occasions that you're not as good as your best performance, but you're not as bad as your worst. Regis Prograis was favorable matchmaking. Fighters still do that. Bill Haney has been doing an amazing job moving his son in a way. Kambosos was not a great fighter. When he got into the ring with a fighter that was good, which was Loma, he struggled. But he had a size advantage over Loma. Loma didn't have a crack. He got into a fight with Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, good fighter, but he was a stylistic matchup nightmare for Regis, but not Ryan. Jay, I told you multiple occasions, Ryan's going to be able to land from distance, and Ryan has some power, right? My thing was, would he be able to last long enough? Because it seemed like he was partying, and he was able to do so. Jay, whooped Devin's ass. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. After the first round, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I figured, like, when we talked about, I mean, we almost talked this scenario happening.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of days.
And you were telling me, you were like, nah. And I was like, it's possible. No. You were saying, nah, you thought Devin would, we both thought Devin would win, right? Yeah, but we talked through these scenarios.
But by knockout. I didn't think it'd be by
No. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah. But this fight here, man, after the first round, I was like, okay. And to your point, rounds 2 through 5, actually. 2 through 5.
Yeah,
no,
2 through 5.
2 through 5.
I had it. Through 6, I had it 4-2.
Yeah, that's what I had at 4-2. Then 7 round, he got dropped. I didn't like the fact that they took a point from Ryan. That was bullshit. That point deduction was bullshit because Devin was holding as well when he was in. Because Devin would do the whole duck under. I thought Ryan was going to catch him with an uppercut because Devin ducked low as hell.
He caught him with a couple.
Yeah. So Devin's still a good fighter. I'm not going to take that away from him, but we talked about it ourselves how he had whole gaps in his arsenal, in his defense, and namely for his defense was one of them. You know, although he was more defensively responsible after the Linares fight, but it's also the matchmaking. We
Yep.
talked about it just the other day. Like, has he fought anyone that could crack? Really,
Ray
that could
Jack,
really crack?
friend to the show, Ray Jack was talking about that on Twitter. Has he fought anybody that could
Yeah.
actually punch?
No, and and he really hadn't. He really hadn't. And then the fact that you're gonna say you have your one trick pony, you have a left hook. That's it. What what caught you in the first round? A left hook. What had the right side of your face lumped up, looking like Martin after he got beat up by Tommy Hearns? A left hook and some other punches too, but mainly that left hook was tearing your ass up.
He was getting caught. He was getting
So
caught with the right hand too, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was mainly the
Yeah.
left hook, but it was the right hand, up some uppercuts from time to time, but he blocked a little bit, you know. And then the fact that it irritated me the most, the fact that Ryan was doing that ugly ass shoulder roll slide defense, just giving his side, giving his rib cage up, and he was just like Devin didn't know what to do with it. You could see when Devin was punching him inside, it wasn't hurting him. Devin was hitting him with all his might. It's like a little kid, like you playing with like a little baby. The baby just hitting you as hard as it can. You just like, okay, stop playing. That's what it looked like, you
Yeah.
know. Now I did think Devin was gonna win by UD because I thought about that mainly because of, to your point, what Ryan was doing up to the fight, partying, all the crazy stuff he was doing on Twitter and everything. I still don't think he's right mentally. I still think he needs to get checked out. Still, even after this win here, you know. Plus, it's not a good look for other fighters to try to follow that lead too. You shouldn't do. No, young fighters, don't follow that lead like that. Please don't. It's that's not smart, you know. But Ryan did what he had to do. He came in there and he looked phenomenal against Devin, you know, considering the fact Devin deficiencies as far as lack of power. And all
Hmm.
he had to do was keep his right hand up to avoid that hook. He wasn't keeping, he kept the one thing he said that he was going to take away from Ryan, he gave Ryan willingly. Willingly, dude. How do you do that in a fight when you know a dude has his favorite punch is the left hook? He can get you out with the right, but the left is his most powerful and most favorite punch. So to all the Devin fans that are out there talking shit about Tank being scared of Devin, you got your ass beat by a C-level fighter that Tank beat already.
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. And this was all the noise. This is the biggest fight in the sport. This is he's scared of me.
Devin's
All he says
bucket.
everything to do but fight. Man, Tank got him out of there, and they're going to talk about rehydration clauses and all that.
Man, let's move with
Ryan
that shit.
Garcia never landed it. Listen, Ryan, I'm glad. Look, kudos to Ryan for what he was able to do. I'm glad he won because you know he deserved to win. But at the same time, none of that stuff that he was doing, because he was trying a lot of that same stuff. He couldn't land it on Tank. That didn't have anything to do with rehydration. He simply couldn't land it. But he was able to land it on Devin because Devin has deficiencies in his game. He always has. Jay, I remember talking about Devin a while ago. You and I, this was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I said I like him, but there's holes there. There's really holes there, and he appears to be a defensive fighter, but he's really not. And we talked about that, and you said here recently you thought he had gotten better, and I really never really thought he got better. I really just thought that it was just really favorable matchmaking, honestly. So and I know you to some degree agree with that. I think you thought he got better, but at the same time you know what was going on as well. So but I
I
just
thought he
never
got better
really,
in the fact that
yeah,
he was able to stay to a game plan.
I just
You
never
know,
thought he
be
got better.
as far as like, you know, he knew Lennard's going to try to catch him when I punch, and he dropped down on that.
I
This
saw
here
on
is
this.
just like,
I saw on the it
well,
was
he got
Sean
longer.
Porterweight. It was Sean Porterweight podcast where they said he's reaching he ain't even in his prime yet. Boy, it's gonna be hard to beat a fighter like that when he's in his prime. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Devin is not that. I don't know what you guys are looking at, but whatever you're looking at, he's not that.
His
So
defense ain't Shakur.
no, it's not. So it is what it is. Ryan Garcia does not win the title. I believe Devin Haney loses the title because he lost the fight. He doesn't get to keep the title because he lost. This is his first loss, and we'll see how much Bill Haney is now talking, and we'll see how much of his his folks out there that
Haneyite.
he is paying for. Yeah, the folks that he's paying for. We'll see what they have to say as well. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, L Sports Media, and we are out.